Hello guys, welcome back. Today I just kind of want to play with some makeup. I have that new lipstick from e.l.f., one of the O-Face lipsticks, and No Regrets. And it's that really beautiful red shade. So I'm going to do something with that today. And I also just picked up this eyeliner from Revlon. I've never seen these before. So cool. It was in a clearance bin. And this is awesome. This is the Revlon Color Stay Line Creator. If I can find this online, I'm going to link it because it's pretty neat. And I've never seen these in store anywhere, but they're in a little clearance basket at my local grocery store that has like a teeny tiny Revlon display normally, and they definitely didn't have this on their display. So I grabbed it because it was like $2, which is where I found the e.l.f. thing, which is not a discontinued product, by the way. So anyways, I have it. I think this is the colorway called Fire and Ice or something like that, or Fire something. I don't know. Shoot. I didn't bring the thing in here, but it's red. So on one end, you have a metallic kind of coppery red liner, kohl liner. That, and then on the other end, you have a deep red liquid liner that is super long lasting. It took a minute to get this off my hand. Like I had to scrub when I swatched it, but yeah. Let me just, it's kind of like a burgundy dark. It's so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going to do some of that today also. And maybe this can be kind of a gothy spring look. I don't know. We'll dip into Retro Palette from Natasha Denona because I feel like I haven't given this enough love. And yeah, create a face. I've already put my foundation on and brows. All that will be listed and linked below. But foundation today, we used Better Believe It from Physicians Formula because I just pulled it out to talk about another video. And I was like, oh, we need to use that. And for contour today, I used the Fenty Cream Contour. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's on the face, and some lip gloss. If I look a little different today and sound a little different, a little funny, I don't know. I currently have a temporary bridge on this side of my mouth, and it's a little bulky because it's a temporary that they just create a mold for, and it's in until the permanent teeth are finished. I went for like the little fitting trial thing yesterday, and the color was like way off. It was like super white, bright white, so they had to send it, the guy from the lab had to come and color match again and all that jazz. And they made a little temporary guy. So I feel like I have a hunk of plastic in my mouth while I'm talking to you, and it's just a little bit, it's bigger than the actual permanent bridge is going to be, because I tried it and had it in my mouth for like a good 20 minutes to get a feel for it and all that. It felt great. The fit is perfect. I think they're going to shorten this tooth a little bit to even it out to the other side and just adjust the color. So I'm going to have this little fella for about 2 weeks-ish. And it's weird. It definitely feels very weird. It doesn't feel how the permanent one felt. The permanent one, it felt like it belonged. It just fits and feels like you got teeth. This feels odd, but I'm having dental restoration done, and that was part of the process, is getting I had a gap right there and getting a bridge to fill in that gap, which is going to be like a fake tooth attached to this tooth and then the tooth behind it. So it's like one solid piece, and I get to use special floss to clean it. It's a whole thing. Welcome to the joys of having genetically bad teeth and what you gotta do. So here we are. So if my mouth looks a little, if my mouth looks a little funny today and I'm talking a little funny, I've got a hunk of plastic in my mouth that is a little bit bulky, but it doesn't hurt or anything, so that's fine. All right, let's get started. I just feel like I need to preface that. And sure, I could not film, but the show must go on. Girl, I do 5 videos a week. We can't be skipping days. I'm getting behind. So we're going to start with the... Actually, I'm going to start with the... We're going to start with retro here. I'm going to start with a shade called Mod, which is this one right here. I'm going to use that just across the brow bone and a little bit onto the lid just to kind of even them out a bit. If you're wondering why I had a tooth missing, I had it pulled because I couldn't afford anything else when I was younger. Didn't have insurance. That's the only options you got. And you can't, who can afford an implant or a root canal or any of that when they're 20 years old with no insurance? Nobody. So that happened. And I've had a gap there for about a little over 15 years. So yeah, but it's weird having something there now and seeing my bone structure looks a little different and my mouth sits a little differently, which I mean it's going to be a little different when the permanent part goes in, but just interesting. It's very interesting. But I've wanted to get that fixed for so long, and I'd gotten like half the process done. I'd had like a root canal done on the one side, and it's just a very long, expensive process and painful. And sometimes you're just kind of done and need a break. That's kind of what happened. I was just like, I need a break from this for a little bit because it's just too much. But now I'm finishing things up. Anyway, next, let's go ahead and take this eyeliner side, the kohl side of this. I'm gonna use this kind of a base. I already feel like I can speak a little more clearly. I got like a whistly sound before. Huh. The texture of the bridge is weird, of the temporary. If you've had a temporary tooth, you know the texture. It feels like nail acrylic. It's not a natural feeling, so it feels like a chunk of plastic, and it's just kind of weird. Can't wait for the permanent one. Anyway, we start making a little base here. Oh, that is such a cool color. I think they had this in like a navy blue. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see if they still have it, because I might need it too. I looked on Ulta and I didn't see these. I might check the Revlon site and see where it directs me to purchase them, if they're on there. But I bet you can find them on Amazon, because you can find anything on there. This is such a cool color. Now I'm going to take a brush and kind of blend that out. This reminds me a little bit in shade of the Bobbi Brown stick. That's really nice. Yeah, I think that'll make a cool base. And we'll go back in with it later and do more. But yeah, today's kind of a make it playtime / get ready with me, because I'm going to get dinner in a little while. I'm going to attempt to eat some carne asada on the one side. You guys know what I did this morning? I leg pressed almost my body weight. A few pounds off. Almost there. Very proud. All right. Now, let's get back to the palette. We'll definitely be coming back to that in a moment. But I want to get back to the eyeshadow now. And I'm going to take some Amara, which is this one here. I'm going to put that over top where we put that liner. Okay, good. That's cream. Good, good, good. Don't worry about any fallout. Pretty. So my husband is going to Miami this weekend to help a friend move. Not for fun. Like literally drive there, pack, load up a U-Haul and drive back. But he'll still get to see like some of Miami, which was really cool. And I was real tempted to tag along, but I don't want to spend 16 hours in a car to and from. No, like 24 hours in a car, 28 hours in a car? Hell no. No, thank you. And so we'd have to say a pumpkin. So I think I might actually spend a day, like one night with my dad. Might be kind of fun. And bring the puppy. Or I could just use the whole weekend to film and edit. I don't know. God, it's a weird thing, like teeth here. I've been so used to seeing like my little gimpy tooth, and every time I look in the mirror, I'm just like, there's so many teeth in my mouth. It's such a silly thing, but that was actually something I was very self-conscious about, that I just didn't talk about and just ignored and pretended it didn't exist. But I would definitely not smile a lot in videos and kind of try to hide it. And obviously this temporary is not perfect, like it's obviously not the right color and stuff, but they're never quite a perfect match. Like when this permanent one goes in, I'm gonna be like that all day. You ain't gonna get me to be able to close my mouth. But I didn't realize how sunken this side was. There's like more symmetry or something going on. Yeah, a little bit more symmetry. I mean, I don't have much of as it is, so I need a little bit. And the fellow who makes the teeth is so nice. I was actually coming back from the restroom when he got there to come match. And he told me, he was like, hey! And I was like, hey! And I was actually, went to the restroom because I was there for a minute, and literally, I was probably in the bathroom 5 minutes just looking at my face and how different it looked. I had the permanent one at the time. It just wasn't like cemented in, but it was, they kind of can suction and fit in where they're not going to fall out. And I was just like, even though the color was off. And in the bathroom lighting, I couldn't tell that much, but when I got in like the dental chair lighting and looked at my phone, I was like, oh, yeah, that does not match me very well. But because the bridges are actually made of a different material than these crowns, these are all separate crowns. Girl, if y'all had seen, I'll put a footage of what my teeth used to look like. I mean, the front ones weren't bad, they were just severe overbites. And they were just real well crooked, but there was no really visible issues. But the backs of them were messed up because I grind my teeth so bad, and I was pressing my bottom teeth against the top ones, and there was hairline cracks all through them, and I was just tearing them up from grinding and clenching. And yet I've used mouth guards. I've done all the things you could possibly do, short of Botox in my jaw. Which I'm not opposed to. I just haven't found a dentist or anyone who can do that in the jaw muscle, because these muscles could use a little atrophy. They are large and in charge. But yeah, the backs of them are so beat up from me grinding them. And it's weird that my bottom teeth aren't. I'm like, how are they not chipped up? Doesn't make any sense. The top ones sure were. And yes, I have knocked a crown out by grinding. I have literally knocked this one out because I was pressing with this tooth against it. So they actually shortened this one just a little bit and kind of changed it, because I had already chipped it from grinding and then knocked it completely out of my mouth. So they made it just fit a little better so that my bottom teeth don't butt against it. And that's what they're going to be doing on this side as well. And I have chipped this one, and they kind of fixed it as also. It was funny when they were making the mold for this. Yeah, they do a full mouth mold so they can mimic the missing parts with what's over here. And when they pulled the mold out, it pulled out one of the crowns. And then I have a new crown back here. And I ate a piece of candy the other day, like taffy, and it pulled it right off. I was like, oops. And she warned me that would happen because it's just a loner back there. or just a lone crown in the back. It's just there until I have a bridge done over there as well. So she's like, it's at risk of being pulled out. And she asked me, as soon as she came in, she says, how's that crown holding up? I was like, oh, it already abandoned ship. It's over there in a baggie. Luckily, it was just a few hours before I went to the dentist that happened. I knew not to eat the taffy. And it was like, I literally cut a little piece off with scissors. And I was just going to suck on it, not chew it. But it immediately went straight to that tooth and just, and it pulled off a temporary. Embarrassing. So, yeah, it's been a adventurous morning yesterday. Not too bad. Alright, I'm going to take this brush and just pull in the edges and soften that. And I'm getting new glasses too this next month. Just all the things. It's not like I didn't have insurance then, or haven't been able to do it, just didn't want to. Just didn't want to. It's just stressful to me. All of that jazz. I hate going to the eye doctor. It's up there with the dentist, though, just unpleasant experiences to me. But I do have an eye appointment as well. I'm tired of been complaining about not being able to see good for a while. And yeah. Okay. What should we do now? Maybe we'll take a bit of a go-go. This one right here. And kind of use that to blend in the transition-y area. I don't know if that elf lipstick's really going to go with this look. I'm not sure. I'm going to experiment, try it. But if it doesn't work out, we'll just use something else. But it's worth a try. Build a little more Mara. Should take a go-go on this medium sweeper. No. E25. I'm going to take a touch of Patty. Right here. Just to kind of warm up a bit. And she has a little bit of warmth in it. And it really kind of matches that eyeliner. And now I'm going to take the shade called Glitz. It's really pretty one right there at the top. I'm going to pat that onto the lid on the inner part. Yes, it is a glitzy shade. Oh yeah, so pretty. Such a pretty sparkle. Alright, I'm going to clean up a little bit of fallout I got. Not much, but just a small amount. My Q-tip. Jump back to the eyeliner here, the coal side. Get a little right in there. I'm going to go ahead and put some in the waterline before I do my concealer so I can do this number. Didn't mess anything up. Now I'm going to switch to the liquid liner. I'm going to go ahead and do that step before I do anything else, so if I mess it up, it's not a big deal. And I'm going to just do a little wing. Very easy to use liner brush also. Let me just touch up the foundation right here. Before I go on with concealer, I'm going to take some of the Halo Glow Beauty Wand from e.l.f. in Magic Hour. And this can kind of be our highlight. Kind of highlight our glowy glowy blush situation. Was said blowy blush. And before we move on, once again, I'm going to do a little bit of this lipstick as a true kind of cream blush step. So I'm just going to take a little bit. It's a beautiful red, by the way. On my hand, find a spot that doesn't have product. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to swirl into it a little bit. Gonna go for a nice monochromatic feel. But that will get all tamped down after we do concealer and powder and all the things. Have no fear. It will calm down. Now we'll do some concealing. I'm going to take the Butter Glow concealer from Physicians Formula. And blend all this out. Now let's sit down with some powder. I'm going to use a little bit of e.l.f. Halo Setting Powder. And on the rest of the face, I'm going to use a little bit of the Kosas powder. Now let's finish up the eyes. Get back to that liner. I'm going to take a little detail smudgy brush and grab some Mara on the tip of this. And I'm taking Mara and just smoking that out pretty tight to the lash line. Let it join up to the liner. And then we'll take some of a Go-Go. Come a little bit lower. Blend that out a little more. And we can even take a little bit of the Patty shade. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the Glitz shade that we used on the lid. I'm going to put a little bit under there, I think. Just for a little sparkle. Cool. Very fun. Very cool. Kind of a weird twist on a spring look. Romantic, gothy vibe. I don't hate it. Let's do some mascara. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to go back to the liquid liner. Kind of want to try to do a little inner corner thing. Oh gosh, this is a mistake. I don't have a steady enough hand for that. Abort. Abort mission. Well, that ended up kind of cool. I just had to kind of do a little finessing on it. Yeah, I do not have a steady enough hand for this liquid liner on the inner corner. But now I gotta even it out. Oh, this went a little better. Right. Well, that went better than it could have. Good. Ooh, that was a little touch and go for a second there. Just gonna take a bit of a more. There we go. Cool. Let's see if we can Do that over here also. No breathing. You know what I struggle with this because I have little eyelashes right in my inner corner, like little furry eyelashes, and they always kind of get in the way. Alright, so I'm going to tie that up with a little bit of concealer. Okay, I'm just overcomplicating things now. Being so fiddly. I think we'll take a little tiny bit of psychedelic here. This one in the middle is more of a cooler tone one. And really focus it on that inner bit. Just like the teensiest amount. Okay. I think that will be it for the eyes, pretty much. Right, so rest of the face. Let's go to Glowgasm. From Charlotte, we're going to take that one right there. And dust some of that high points of the cheeks, maybe the inner corners, and brow bone. But you know, before I do that, I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer in here. Just warm up that forehead. A bit right here. Right there. Blush pop shade right here. Let's do some mascara. I'm going to use YSL Lash Clash. And of course, my curl lashes first. I'm going to let that dry and then tightline the upper lash line with a little bit of black liner. Okay. Wait for this to dry some. I'm going to put a little brow gel through the brows though in the meantime. I'm going to experiment for a second with the lips. Just going to warn you. Let me get off my lip gloss. And I want to try lining them with a little bit of MAC Chestnut. Just bear with me. This might not work out. Wow, it's so much easier to line my lips because they're more symmetrical. Wow. Wow. I did not see that coming. Huh. Cool. Okay. Now, let's try the lipstick. There it is. It's so pretty. So pretty. Y'all, did you see their collaboration with Liquid Death? The corpse paint? As soon as it launched, I went to go buy it. Sold out. I wanted that commemorative coffin collector's item in the cool packaging. Sure, it's existing products already in the e.l.f. line. I just wanted the pretty black and gold packaging and the coffin. I've never even drank Liquid Death. It's what? Water. It's just water. I had to look it up, see what it even really was. But their branding is hilarious. Like, I think I might be into that brand. If I see them at Walmart, I will pick it up. Anyway. Maybe a little too red. Perhaps do a little bit like this. Work it in as a stain. Yeah. And top it with this from Milani. This is Mahogany Mommy in their Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stain. Or, you know, you could have just done a gloss like a normal human. Spring with a vampy twist. I think it looks cool. That's already. And I think this will be the finished look of our little makeup play date, I guess. Just sitting here painting and wanting to experiment and just see what happens. And I just wanted to do something with that cool red liner stuff. So here we are. Not like I don't already have like a liquid red liner, but this one's different. It's more burgundy, a little more pinky. I have more of a blood red one from NYX. So yeah, And aside, you know, if you didn't want to do the red liner, or the burgundy liner rather, you could definitely use just a brown liner and have a pretty look and do something similar to this that would be a little more I guess approachable. And of course just a nice glossy pink lip would look great. But why not have a little fun with it? So yeah, thanks for, I feel like I'm gonna keep getting on my teeth. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today, listening to me ramble about my weird mouth situation. And everything else we talked about today that I've already completely blanking on until I forgot, so it'll be a surprise to me when I edit this. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is there any other looks you want to see with the Natasha Denona Retro palette? If you have any like ideas or just a color in there that you want to see a look based around, let me know that down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.